We will discuss medical record retention versus forensic evidence record retention. Should forensic photo documentation be kept with a patient-victim medical record? To find the answer, we must start by looking at federal law at 34 U.S.C. Section 10449 from the Office of the Law Revision Council, United States Code. A state, Indian tribal government, unit of local government, or another governmental entity must incur the full out-of-pocket cost of forensic medical exams described in subsection B for victims of sexual assault. Subsection B states that the government shall be deemed to incur the full out-of-pocket costs of forensic medical exams for victims of sexual assault if any government entity provides such exams to victims free of charge to the victim. Next, we must look at the federally defined and legal definition of a forensic medical examination. From CFR Title 28, Judicial Administration, subsection 90.2, Definitions. The term forensic medical examination means an examination provided to a victim of sexual assault by medical personnel to gather evidence of a sexual assault in a manner suitable for use in a court of law. The forensic medical examination should include, at a minimum, gathering information from the patient for the forensic medical history, head-to-toe examination of the patient, documentation of biological and physical findings, and collection of evidence from the patient. Crime scene photo documentation dates back to soon after the birth of photography, where Alphonse Bertillon systematically used photography to document crime scenes and evidence. Since that time, photography tools have been used to photo document crime scenes. A head-to-toe examination during a forensic exam typically includes the capture of a series of overlapping photographic storyboard photographs, and documentation of physical findings typically includes close-up photo documentation of any areas of interest found in and on a patient during an exam, making photo documentation an essential part of a forensic exam. Medical records currently have, on average, a 5 to 10 year life cycle for retention destruction. Each state has its own requirements for patient medical record retention destruction, so always follow your state local policy when managing patient medical records. Once a medical record is created, the record is utilized for diagnosis, treatment, and then maintained for the required amount of time before the destruction cycle. Again, state law on the subject of patient medical records indicates that medical records may be destroyed after the required 5 to 10 year maintenance period. In comparison, evidence gathered from a forensic medical exam that could be used in state and/or federal court has no standard for retention destruction. Forensic evidence, including photographs and videos, is kept until the federal statute of limitations on that related crime runs out. Forensic evidence, including photographs and video, should be separately secured and sequestered for future use. It may be several years or decades before the evidence collected is used. Securely retaining forensic evidence separate from the medical record is critical to maintaining a chain of custody and ensuring that both photographs and video are suitable for use in a court of law. We will now take a look at medical record retention rates and see how putting evidence photographs and video with medical records can affect long-term availability of evidence. Policies for forensic medical record retention should be created in accordance with either state or federal statute of limitations, whichever is longer, rather than traditional parameters for medical record keeping, storage, retention, and destruction. State medical records retention is typically 5 to 10 years, while the federal statute of limitations on sex crimes is indefinite. In summary, state medical records retention is typically 5 to 10 years, while state statute of limitations on sex crimes can be significantly longer, and federal statute of limitations on sex crimes in most cases is indefinite. Forensic medical exam evidence, including photographs and video, should never be placed within a medical record system. Putting evidentiary photographs and videos with a patient's medical record is not a best practice. It means that the forensic evidence stored within will be destroyed when the medical record is destroyed.